Good morning, 8th graders. Today we are continuing lesson 1.8 on page 73. Our last lesson we talked about square roots and how a square root of a number is one of its two equal factors. So two of the same number to equal something else, we'd call that its square root. Now today we're going to talk about something called a cube root. A cube root. So a cube root of a number is one of its three equal factors. So square root is 2, cubed root 3. So how we're going to write it would be similar to x to the third. So if x to the third equals y, then x is the cubed root of y. So numbers such as 8, 27, and 64, we call those perfect cubes because they are the cubes of integers, meaning positive or negative whole numbers. Okay, so 8, the cubed root of 8 would be 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the third, because 2 times 2 equals 8. So they're nice, clean, even numbers. Just like 27 is 3 times 3 times 3, or 3 to the third. And 64 is 4 times 4 times 4, or 4 to the power of 3. So when we have a square root, we use our little v with a roof on it. But cubed root, we're going to add a little 3 in there so we know that it's the cubed root instead of just a regular square root. So if n to the third equals a, then we can say n is the cubed root of a. We're going to add in letters later. So today we're just going to talk about the numbers. So let's look at example 6. The cubed root of 125. So that means something times something times something, something times itself 3 times equals 125. I'm going to show you a pretty nifty way to find it. I can see here that the answer would be 5. So by using your calculator, I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see very well. Okay, when we find the square root, we do second and then this x to the second power. Okay, so I could do 5, if I press this just once, 5 squared equals 25. Now when I find the square root of 25 is 5. Now for cubed root, we're going to use the button above it. So if you look very closely, you see a little x there. We can use that for other numbers. We're going to use cubed, which is to the power of 3. So I'm going to type in 3. And then second, the caret button so I can get that what's the green symbol there. So what I did to find the cubed root is I type 3, second, and then to the third. So that makes it, the 3 is this little value here. And now I can find the cubed root of 125. So on the calculator here is exactly what is there at number 6. Oh, what did I do there? Okay, I added another extra button there. So 3, second, that's called a radical sign, by the way. 125 equals 5. And we got the same answer. Oops, right there. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we'll try number 7. So we want to find the cubed root of negative 127. So 3, second cubed button. So the cubed root of negative 27 equals negative 3. So basically what that means is negative 3 to the third, or negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 equals negative 27. So go ahead and do H, I, and J on your own. And when you're done, raise your hand and I can check it and put a sticker right there. All right, now that you did that, let's look at number 8, a real world example. Dylan has a planter in the shape of a cube that holds 8 cubic feet of potting soil. 8 cubic feet of potting soil. So what that means is he's got a planter that looks like this, and he put his dirt in there, and then the flowers might grow out of there. Okay, so what we're going to find is, we know it's a cube, it's a square, so we do length times width times height. Since it's a cube, they're all going to be the same length. So we're going to solve the equation. 8 equals s to the third to find the side length s of the container. So because it's a cube, all of these lengths are the same. Okay, we're going to call that s. So 8, because it can fit 8, equals s to the third. So just like what we did is when we took the square root of a number, we're going to do that same thing, except we're going to do the cubed root. So we're going to find the cubed root of 8. 3, oh, always check your calculator. And that would be 2. So if 2 equals s, what that must mean, I'm going to double check my answer, that would have to mean that 2 to the third equals 8. So does 2 to the third equal 8? 2 times 2 times 2? Well, I could do it this way. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. 2 to the power of 3 equals 8. So that one is correct. All right. Go ahead and flip it over. And you are going to do the got it K. When you're done, raise your hand. I can check your work and then let you know what independent problems you'll be working on. Good luck.